Whether you're farming, pickpocketing, or making runes, next week's update has something for you. Introducing the Garden of Kharid. November 7th, visitors from the Kharidian desert will be greeted with an unusual sight, a small encampment of druids who are investigating a garden. Following the defeat of the other gods, the Garden of Kharid has sprouted overnight. Druids, politics, and sidekicks need your help to find out why. Plenty of work can be done at the garden. You'll need to utilize 3 skills to benefit from everything it has to offer: farming, thieving, and runecrafting. For farming, the druids want you to plant herbs and check their progress, and will reward you for your hard work with a new currency that can be spent at Politics' new reward shop. This introduces Plant Power, a farming upgrade that will allow you to plant multiple seeds in the same patch, with diminishing returns. This will allow you to get your hands on more herbs than ever before. Though the druids hold untold knowledge, unfortunately they're not particularly streetwise. That makes them the perfect target for any enterprising thieves looking to score some new items. Around the Garden of Kharid, you're going to find 2 new thieving targets, the Cruxical Druid and the Cruxical Warrior. Picking their pockets will need 42 and 83 thieving respectively. Not only do they provide competitive XP rates for their level, they will be the only way to obtain catalytic and elemental anima stones. This is where runecrafting comes in handy. The Cruxical have harnessed the power of anima, and now you have the chance to as well. Elemental and catalytic anima stones are new consumable items, which when carried will increase the number of runes you obtain from each rune essence by 2. Elemental anima stones will increase your multiplier for air, water, fire, and earth, while catalytic anima stones cover the rest of the rune varieties. With this launch, the only way to obtain these will be through pickpocketing Cruxical members in the Garden of Kharid, but they do plan to add them to other loot tables in the future. Speaking of that reward shop I talked about earlier, various different types of things you can spend with your new points are increasing your plant power, which allows you to plant even more seeds in one herb patch, the ability to skip the first growth stage for herb patches, increasing your harvest for grapevines, bushes, cacti, and fruit trees, the ability to gain pieces of the farmer's outfit, an increase to the production of incense sticks, and the ability to retain their ability upon death, a new title, and the ability to no longer require buckets to take compost from the compost bin. Consumable rewards include patch bombs, which will allow you to instantly harvest from a patch, the various different growth potions that you can find on Manor Farm, as well as a sand seed which will teleport you to the Garden of Kharid. Quick interjection: if you've made it this far and you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button. If you want to stay up to date on RuneScape related news, then consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you. Now, taking a look at plant power that I mentioned before, this grants you the ability to plant multiple seeds in one farming patch with diminishing returns. You will receive more produce for your time, but less produce per seed. And here is the breakdown of what you can expect per number of seeds, as well as whether it's composted, super composted, or ultra composted. On top of this update, there's a plethora of quality of life changes to the associated skills. Starting off, diseased farming patches will no longer die. They will remain in a diseased state until you cure them. The Farmer's Catalyst Fragment now cures diseased patches when worn and grants shadow-infused herbs whenever you cure a patch with it. The Miraculous Treatment has been reworked and is now a liquid patch bomb, which works the same as a regular patch bomb but is craftable with the invention skill. Compost bins have changed as well. They now access a single compost mound, which holds up to 1,000 of each processed compost type and up to 1,000 of each unprocessed type. The bins process 3 compost every 5 minutes. All compost bins have been graphically updated. Super Compost Potion now converts 15 compost, starting with unprocessed compost, to processed super compost. The Compost Mound Familiar Scroll now places 15 compost into your compost bin with a 10% chance to get super compost. Cast the special on any bin to use it. And the player-owned farm Bull Perk now offers a 1 in 5 or 1 in 3 chance to prevent half of the compost being processed from being consumed. This chance rounds down. Next, we have a change to the Nightshade patch. The Belladonna patch has been renamed the Nightshade patch. Belladonna seeds are now called Cave Nightshade seeds, and the patch has been updated to work in a similar manner to herb patches, granting a minimum of 3 produce and working with compost and other buffs. Following that, we have some thieving changes. The former Sticky Fingers relic power is now a baseline feature, allowing players to automatically pickpocket victims with a single click. The new Sticky Fingers relic power will speed up the rate at which you automatically pickpocket by 50%. The Master Camouflage outfit no longer offers the auto pick ability, but retains the increased chance of success and stun avoidance. And the Desert Phoenix no longer requires you to have completed the hard desert area achievements to automatically pick feathers. Lastly, we have some loot table changes. All bosses dropping grimy herbs will now drop seeds of the same type of herb in reduced amounts. Abyssal Lords, Fire Lords, and Nature's Grove creatures have had their herb drops reduced. You can still get herbs the normal way from Slayer creatures, but at a reduced rate. And that is everything you can expect with next Monday's update, the Garden of Kharid. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this update. I'd love to hear your thoughts. With that, I'm going to wrap up the video. However, before I go, if the idea of a RuneScape comic book or graphic novel is of interest to you, I highly recommend checking out my RuneScape short on the topic on screen now, as Jagex is teaming up with Titan Comics to make this a reality in the future next year. So do check out that video. Anyways, I'm wrapping it up there. I'll see you next time. Aloha.